So,
Yeah.
like most of us, you did suffer your first heartbreak in corporate.
Mhm.
You were laid off.
Mm.
Did they bring you in and say, like, we're reorging and yada, yada, yada?
Mm. Um. Yes and no. So honestly, like that was a really heartbreaking experience, not because of me like losing my job, but it's the way they went about it. Cause I had really felt at family at that company. And I loved everybody and everybody loved me. So when like the way that the call was set up with like HR and my manager, it was very cold hearted. It was like, yeah, this is what we got to do. At the end of this call, your access is shut off. We'll email you about your severance package. I was like, oh. So that's really what the call was. It wasn't until like I was negotiating back and forth with them that they gave me like more information. But HR at the end of the day has to protect the company. So that's I realized like they couldn't tell me too much to not give me like a case or anything. But it was really
But if they don't, like, for example, I got laid off from my first security job too at McAfee, and they just said they was reorging and all this yada yada yada.
Mhm.
So they let me off, and I was mad too because I was like, I'm one of the best people y'all got. I'm actually in there trying to make stuff better because this is trash.
Mhm.
And I got laid off, and it kind of showed me really how to navigate corporate after that. But if they don't give you a reason and they won't tell you the reason, you're like, what's the cause for pause? Let me see. Am I the only person getting laid off?
Yeah, so honestly that was really devastating because talking with them, like they didn't tell me much in the call, but I was asking a lot of questions afterwards with HR. Like I was calling HR every day, like trying to negotiate and stuff. So one of the reasons I was like really, really upset, I was like trying not to be emotional about it. And, my friends and family kept telling me like I needed to go talk to an attorney about it because something was like off. But I was like, I don't want to do that. Honestly, I'm gonna just peacefully walk away. But I'd say 6 months before they let me go, they started training me for the CMMC compliance and like getting me certified. So they invested thousands of dollars for me to move into that role. And that's what they told me. They said I would be moving out of the sysadmin work and be transitioning into compliance. So I was like, okay, cool. And we started hiring on like a few people, like big people in the CMMC world, right, to come onto the company. I was working more closely with them, and they even they literally had me go find my replacement, which was crazy. So I was interviewing a few MSPs to see like how they operate and like how they could integrate into our systems and keep us compliant. And I was told that I was going to be managing that pretty much. So interviewed a bunch, onboarded a few, had a lot of meetings with them. I was literally handing over the keys to them, writing the policy, the documentation, gathering all the evidence, literally giving them everything that I was working on. Like, and then shortly after I passed my certification, like literally the month after, they were like, they had that call with me, random HR meeting on your calendar. Boom, you're let go. And afterwards, it was like, yeah, we had a board meeting. We have too much head count. You had to go. I was like, wow. So y'all really had me find my replacement, train my replacement. Yeah. You guys spent thousands of dollars telling me you're going to transition me into another role and then cut me because now we have too many people at the company, which was weird. Something about it wasn't right to me because I was very involved with, we were a small shop. So I knew a lot of stuff going on. And I was like, the math is not mathing here, but I'm not going to argue. It's okay.
Yeah, I think you were what we would call green in that situation.
Yeah.
And don't feel bad. Everybody's green at one point in their career just because of you'll start like, now you were like, this person's supposed to know a lot of stuff. Why I'm training from scratch or why I'm doing all this work.
Yeah.
Like if it gets to that point, I'm going to drag out everything I do. So if
Yeah.
it's supposed to take me a week to do it, I might make it be a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm like, nah, fam, you finna drag this out till you really get these deliverables or whatever. This is what we're going to do. But it's funny that you said training your replacement, because I want to say that one time that stream that Chris came on, my friend William was on there talking about he had to train his replacement for one of his jobs, and the stuff happened to him. So it's like, they be doing some shicey stuff. That's why I'll be telling people, hey, run the bag up, because like at the end of the day, when your time is up, it's gonna be up. So I tell people, hopefully, you know, the company. I hate the companies that'll let you go, and it's not like you've been doing bad work or anything like that, and then they'll say, well, this is the only service you're getting is up for non-negotiation, and not realizing, hey, it's kind of tough out here finding a job. You really finna try to pay me with an extra check like this, a severance?
Yeah, that was really like. I know, I mean, I was young and naive. Green is an appropriate term. I'm still young and naive about a lot of things, but something like my intuition was telling me something wasn't right, because like towards the end of it, I felt like I was being more excluded out of things. Like I was having to come to my manager and be like, hey, like you didn't put me on this meeting, or like what's going on, right? But like in the beginning, I was like, why would they, they're spending all this money on me to transition me into like have the right certifications for what I'm supposed to be moved to. So it was just kind of like, okay, what's going on here? So I didn't really think I was going to be let go.
This video is being sponsored by Textual Consulting. Are you still struggling to get into cybersecurity? Are you not getting interviews? Do you have a bad resume? Or is it all the above? Well, if that's you, then we got you covered at Textual Consulting. My name is Henri Davis. I'm a career coach and a cybersecurity professional, and I've helped hundreds, maybe even thousands of people get into cybersecurity with my coaching and my content that you've seen in various places. Now, I specialize in specifically getting people in the blue team. That would be incident response or SOC analyst. I can cover everything from your entry level to your medium to your advanced skills, and really help you outperform your resume. You don't believe me? Check out some of these testimonials that I've had from recent clients. So if you're interested, click the link in my bio, textualconsulting.com/offerings, to see what offerings that we have available for you. Now, back to the show.
But thinking back on it, the signs were there, I guess.
Yeah, they were trying to finesse you. But, you got laid off, and then you bounced back. How long was your layoff?
I didn't find another role. So that was May of last year. Like last week of May of last year, May 22nd. And then I started my new job October 15th.
Okay, so you had a little break. That ain't too bad.
It was bad.
About 5 months.
It was bad.
That's about the same time for me.
Rejection left and right there, man. I honestly thought it was going to be a lot worse, though, because of all the layoffs that were going on in general. Like, so because the thing with layoffs is like a layoff here and there is okay, but when companies are significantly downsizing, so you're competing with people that have years and years of experience at a senior level that are okay with taking pay cuts because they have bills that don't care about what, they have to take whatever they can get. They're overqualified.
Well, most of them, if you want me to be totally honest, most of them not even senior level no more. They might have been senior level at a time. But a lot of times you get to work and you with these people that's been here 5, 10, like, bro, why are you still here? You don't know nothing. Yeah. So like senior level in title, but in skill set, they are no longer there. Yeah. They're like
it's different. It's
a
relative.
Basketball player that's supposed to hang them up.
Yeah, it's all relative. But yeah, the job market was tough. You competing with those people. You're competing with people that already have jobs, that hate their jobs, want new jobs. And you're competing. I mean, I'm entry level. I'm competing. All the resources that I post online for people, I'm also competing with them too. You know what I'm saying? So you got all that pressure and trying to find like an entry level, mid level position. It's hard. It was hard. So I was like, man, I'm not gonna find nothing for at least a year. But luckily it was a lot shorter than that. But, it was kind of like it was a blessing in disguise, because if I did not have that certification that my company had paid for, I would not be in the position I'm in right now. Because I'm at the point now with like the rulemaking went in effect in December. So it's like recruiters left and right are like, just DMing you on what's it called? LinkedIn, talking about this is what we're paying you. Can you come? Like that's what the landscape is right now in CMMC. So I was like, you know what? You guys laid me off. I really loved working there. However, thank you.
Can somebody get CMMC certified without the thousands of dollars?
No, it's bureaucracy involved. NIST is free. All the requirements, all the controls, learning, like you can go online right now to the DoD CIO website and learn everything you're going to be tested on. The PDFs are there for you for free, but you have to apply with the Cyber AB, which is the accrediting body. Mm-hmm. And to get certified, you have to go to a training provider. And essentially the training provider, you sit there and they read through everything that's already listed for free on the website. That's where you got to pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 to then be eligible to take the exam.
It reminds me of like when you get the CISSP, you got to get a CISSP person to endorse you.
And yeah. So it's like, but no, if anybody wants to get into GRC on the federal contracting side, you can get a head start, right? Whenever you come up with the money, you come up with the money. That way, when you're done with your class, you're ready to take the exam right then and there. But the information is literally free.
You just got to pay the transaction.
You got to pay a company. Exactly.
Then you got to pay the price.
So that's what sucks. Bureaucracy. And yeah, it's